Business for car dealers is not good at the minute, and I keep falling into the trap of buying cars that I really shouldn't be buying and retailing to the public. So what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to do a series about it. Anything that comes in, I'm going to have a go on it. And usually I'll be a little bit concerned about this because it is a 10-year-old, older Porsche Cayenne with 80,000 miles on, and it is a V8 turbo petrol. It's quite the machine. However, is it going to attract the champagne lifestyle, lemonade wages crowd, which is the sort of people that expect the earth and give you nothing back? Or is it going to be a nice little earner for the business and it'll cause me no problems, no headaches whatsoever? This particular car is quite unique, and I'm going to go into that in this video, and you can tell me whether or not you think I'm being stupid or whether or not you think I'm being genius. However, let's dive in and have a look around this Porsche Cayenne that I bought from a subscriber, and let's see whether or not I'm going to get a headache out of it. Let's start off with the basic facts and figures on this car. It is black. However, the interior is not black. I think that this might be the problem with this car, because I know that interiors like this are hard work. If you like beige, brown and khaki olive, you're going to love this. Now for me, I quite like that. I don't know why. There's something about it. There's something about it that's telling me I'm not going to get the buyer that I think I might get. If this was black on black, it's a bit more young, for want of a better word, whereas this is classy. So you might end up with quite the gentleman or lady or toaster buying this car. It has done 87,459 miles, and it has got a massive, massive spec on it. These seats are, I believe, 18-way adjustable. That is spec. The car has got air ride suspension. It has got a panoramic sunroof. I don't know if this is spec or not, but it's got like Alcantara everywhere. It's got a different steering wheel in it, so it's a multifunction wheel, which is spec. Memory seats, Bose, tons and tons of stuff on this car. Now it's 500 horsepower. It is over £700 a year to tax, and I think the retail on it is going to be circa 18 grand-ish, maybe. But then, are people spending that sort of money on a car that is so expensive to run? If we have a look around it, the condition is quite lovely, and it has got something quite special in it. So, overall, there isn't really anything to fault on this car. It looks really good, the paintwork looks good. I think the bonnet might have had paint in the past, but whoever's done it has done a really good job. And I only say that because I found like a little bit of dirt in the paint, but I think it's been done well. And bearing in mind it is an old car, it is on Pirelli P0s all the way around, which is great, and it is a genuine, a proper Porsche tyre. That's what it should be on. It's got an automatic tailgate. It's got cameras on here as well. Oh. Is it because it sensed me? I think that might be because it sensed me, because I was quite close to it, yeah. Anyway, oh, this is quite cool. It's got like a boot liner for when you put your dog in. Concerningly, there's spare oil in here. However, nice to see it's proper oil, and a proper enthusiast normally has oil in the back of the car anyway. It's a nice thing. It's very brown, isn't it? It's got all the toolkit with it, the locking wheel nut keys in the car. It's got Bose, that's for the surround sound speakers. Yes, it's got the amplifier in there. I think it might even be a sub or whatever. Does it do this off the key? Oh, that's annoying. It's an old car though, isn't it? Down this side's lovely as well. Overall, it's just nice. Now, I have driven it, and it does drive well. I had to put some fuel in it. I put £40 in it and it gave me a 130-mile range. So if you're buying one of these, you've got to be really wanting one of these, haven't you? Look at that interior. I really like it. Do you like it, Alex?
I do like it.
Do you actually like it?
Classy.
Yeah, it is classy. It is classy. She's telling me it's going to be a classy buyer. Parcel shelf is in here, which is also brown. So it's got heated and cooled seats on it as well, which is a lovely bit of spec. Overall, if I was looking for a Cayenne Turbo, this would be right on my street. Now, here's the thing about this car. It has got a full Porsche service history, which fills me with slightly more confidence. However, about a year or 2 years ago, it went through a Porsche 10-year multi-point inspection, which means this car is still under main dealer warranty after all these years. Ignore the fact it says 07 on the plate. It's not. It's an 11-12 plate. I think it's a 61 or whatever. The question is though, is a Porsche main dealer actually worth the paper it's written on? But it's under main dealer warranty until February. Let's get out, see how it drives, see whether or not I can convince myself I'm doing the right thing, and regardless, do it anyway. Now obviously it goes without saying, if you're going to buy a second-hand car, you always want to make sure that you're checking it properly, and I want to say a massive thank you to our sponsor again today, which is of course Vehicle Score. What you can do is put your reg into the application on your mobile phone or online. It will give you a score out of 999. The bigger the score, the better the car. And then if you go down the route of buying a full check, which isn't expensive, it will break down everything that you need to know about. Is it on finance? Has it been crashed? Is it stolen? How many owners? All that sort of stuff. It's something that I recommend you do on every car, and certainly something that we think is a benefit to our business, and hopefully you as a viewer and a consumer as well. This is all right. Should we get out? Well, it's all very brown in here. You know what it is, when you sat in it, there's not as much brown to look at, so you don't notice as much, but I actually quite like the sort of earthy feel in here, if that sort of makes sense. First thing to say about this is it feels properly solid. The seats are really comfortable. You do feel like you're sat in a 2.5 ton SUV. And so I've driven loads of Cayennes. I've never had the privilege of driving a turbo before, so I'm quite excited about this. However, it feels heavier than a normal Cayenne, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it up to my usual test route, and I am going to see how the suspension feels, because it is on air ride. I've currently got it sat in comfort mode at a fairly normal setting. Ooh, GTR. Nice. And yeah, let's see how it performs up there. Right, so we're on my little twisties here. I love this for testing cars because you can see perfectly clearly over the tops of these dry stone walls, and you can really sort of throw it into bends a little bit without breaking any rules and regulations, but it feels surprisingly planted. I've always thought that a Cayenne handles well for the kind of size and stature of the car. Nothing to kind of report on that one really, it just feels exactly like a normal Cayenne would. The sport suspension is very firm, so I've got it back into comfort now. But I love the fact that you can change it. That was the one thing I was missing on one of the Cayennes I own myself. It didn't have the air suspension, and I think truthfully it's the sort of thing you've just kind of got to have with the Cayenne. I appreciate that more tech, more problems, etc., but sort of a must-have on one of these really, isn't it? So the only thing that I've noticed on this so far is that the tracking appears to be ever so slightly out. You've got to turn slightly to the right to be going in a straight line. It's a feather out, but that's something that we'd need to look at to retail it. We had this recently with an M3. I don't even know how I didn't spot it, but the steering was just a millimetre out, so that's going in for four-wheel alignment, best part of 100 quid. Anyway, it's got to be right, isn't it? Other than that, no knocks, no bangs, there's no major squeaks or rattles, everything just feels nice and solid and comfortable in here. And I'm looking forward to this bit of road because we can really stretch our legs a little bit. Ooh, yeah. When the turbos kick in, there is a bit of lag on it, which you'd kind of understand. It's a big heavy car, it's trying to get itself off, fuel lights on, trying to get itself off the line. It's got a lot of metal to move, hasn't it? And then when the turbos come in, by heck do you know about it. Yeah, that feels really nice. This is the sort of car I could live with. I'm just not sure that I could deal with the 720 or 760 quid a year to tax it, and the fuel economy, which I dread to think what it is. I mean, it was showing me a range of 140 miles after I put 40 quid in or there or thereabouts, and now it's down to 53, and I've not really gone anywhere, but I've been giving it some poke. Yeah, I could definitely get into one of these, and they sound absolutely awesome. We've done a little bit of a flyby for you here. So yeah, truthfully, it doesn't drive like a car that's done 87,000 miles. It doesn't look like a car that's done 87,000 miles, and it has lost the best part of 70 or 80% of its original value. And that's not factoring inflation either. These cars will be, I mean, a new Cayenne Turbo now, you are well north of 6 figures. So for someone buying this, I think it's going to be really good value. And I think because of the interior, it's going to be a more mature buyer, which is great news from my point of view. Not someone who's going to go and put a decat exhaust on it and thrash it about, cause a headache, and then think it's my problem. So actually, this is probably a bit of me. My missus would love this car. She loves the sound of a V8 and she loves a Porsche Cayenne. However, she'd be expecting me to put the fuel in it. So no, Absolutely not going to happen. Now what I am going to do on this little series as well is we're going to talk about margins, but I don't want to be too explicit with this because it is a little bit vulgar. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run all the cars that I'm talking about through this series, and then at the end of it, when they've sold, I'm going to say whether or not they sold for a margin I wanted, above average or under average, and then of course we'll talk about the problems that might have arisen from the sale. And we'll probably do that quarterly. However, this is a car that actually after driving it I'm feeling quite comfortable in running with. I'm going to sort the steering situation out, probably just needs tracking up, and it is due a service in November, and that's really frustrating. Because of the Porsche main dealer warranty that it's under, it's going to have to be serviced at either A Porsche or B Porsche specialist. Now I know a great company in Leeds called Strass or Strasser or Straz, whatever you want to pronounce it as, but they're great guys, and I think if I get a service there it should still fall under the warranty. There's just one thing that I wanted to do before I get back into the unit, and that's see what this old girl is like off the line. So let's just see what she gets up to 60 like, shall we? We'll get her parked up and give it a bit of a launch. Now I don't know if there's a way of engaging launch in here or whatever, but I'm literally just going to stop, let it drop into first, into sport, and bury my foot. Okay. That'll get you into trouble very, very quickly, and a very financially irresponsible fashion as well. I love that. I love everything about that. Sounds good, but it is a little bit muted, and that's obviously because it's a turbo, but yeah, for the money, what else are you buying? Ooh, let's get it out of sport and back into comfort. Right, let's get back down to the unit and do a bit of a wrap up. I think I know where I'm at with this car now. I know how I want to price it, where I want to service it, what I need to do to prep it, and then if you follow on, subscribe for more, you'll see exactly what happens with this, and we shall move on to the next one in the series. Let's get outside the unit and have a little bit of a cup of coffee and a catch-up recap. So we have it, quick roundup. We're going to send it through prep now. We'll sort out the tracking, sort out the service, sort out a bit of a polish, make sure it's beautiful and ready for the next owner, and then we will sell it and see what happens. Now what I am going to do for you is I'm going to tell you when we sold this car, how long it took to sell, what the buyer was like, was I right, was I wrong, what the profit margin looked like, average, above or below, and whether or not I'd do it again. And then in a few months' time, we'll find out whether or not it was the right thing to do, because inevitably, if there's a problem going to rear its head, it'll do it immediately after I sell it. Thank you again for tuning in. Plenty more to come on this series. We're going to go through each car individually and try and work out if there's a pattern or a logic to being a successful car dealer. It's about time I was one of them. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.